Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love. The power of positivity and vitamin D is somewhere out there. But I took the bus from where I was. I have no idea where I'm at. I got on the bus and I ended up at a place called the Italian coffee shop. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty much like very similar to Starbucks. And you know, I'll show you it's very similar to Starbucks. And yes, there are Starbucks throughout Mexico. But my friend, welcome to the Gazillionaires Club. And in this video, I want to share with you about baby formula in the USA that's running out. I mean, it's hard to ignore when everyone's talking about it. You know, first off, like a lot. So I think I saw like a clip on Dr. Ron Paul Liberty report, and there are three big corporations that control the whole baby food industry. Well, first of all, they are not healthy. Okay, if you are feeding your baby with Gerber, that's the only one that I know. I know there are more, but I don't have kids, so you probably know more about it than I do. But you gotta read the ingredients on there. Okay, these are not healthy food. When you go to Safeway, Walmart, QFC, roughly about 70 to 80% of the food there are not healthy. They're consumable, but they're not healthy. They're poison. Ta-da! Have some donut. That's what it is. And it's not a coincidence that this whole COVID pandemic came, the money printing. I mean, we have been losing the purchasing power of the dollar more than 90% in the last 50 years, right? They are cutting the food supply chain. Think of it this way, my friend. First of all, it costs nothing for them to produce these kind of foods, right? They're not healthy, because when they're not healthy, you go and you look for the medicine. But aside from that, okay, why babies? When we talk about Planned Parenthood, right? Abortion, when we talk about, food, when we talk about medicine, like injecting baby with a bunch of vaccines right after birth, it makes no sense. Human trafficking, why kids? Why babies? Why kids? Well, first of all, it's simply because they are an easy target. Second of all, I also think it should be the parents' responsibility to what you feed your kids, and whether public school is necessary, because at least in America is indoctrination. I'm sure, I can't speak for other countries, but throughout history they're very similar. And from a spiritual perspective, well, before I go on to the spiritual perspective, babies are the future, right? And if we don't shape them the right way, we are going to create a chaotic future for humanity. And when I think from the spiritual perspective, I do believe in reincarnation, and there are children that kind of the next prophet. There are many, not just one, okay? There are many. They're from all over. And any of us can be if we are awake to the situation. Bitch, please! And the reason why babies are being targeted on the spiritual perspective, I do believe for that same reason. They don't want those prophets babies or those geniuses babies to be reborn, because there is a deeper, darker entity that is controlling humanity, not just among us, but there's a deeper, darker side to it, okay? And, you know, if you believe in spirituality, if you believe in voodoo, if you believe in like, you know, like white magic, you best believe that there's dark magic as well. And that's what happened in you know, whatever we're seeing right now. I feel like, you know, it seems like it looks like it's the end of time, but in my opinion, I don't think it is. Imagine when an animal, right, when it's about to die, it tends to struggle a lot. And when we look at all like you know, supply chain being disrupted, baby food is being depleted, you know, the economy, the, you know, politics, and you know, war. It looks like everything is going to shit, but then I feel like it's actually the other way around, because this is unlifting the veil, right? Unlifting the veil for humanity to see the truth. And that's why everything seems so chaotic, but they are not. And I want to bring back to babies, okay? The reason why we should protect babies at all costs, I don't care if you're the mafia, I don't care if you know, whatever society label you to be, okay? Kids are the reproduction of whatever system you are living in, whatever society you are interacting with. You know, they are the future, and we have to shape them the right way. You know, feeding them poison, injecting them poison, you know, selling baby parts, you know, pushing for the abortion process, and you know, kidnapping them for you know, for parts and for sexual acts. Like, how low can we go as a society? Dear Buddha, today I forgive all the stupid bitches. My throat is getting dry, but I haven't had water. This doesn't help, but it does for the moment when I'm making the video. So my friend, my message for us doesn't have to be in America, okay? You can be anywhere, all over the world. If we don't protect the children, if we don't look out for them, they will be the future. And the future that we create, the future of how we shaping them, is gonna be the outcome of who we are. And the reason why we survive up to this point is because we stuck together, we understand what it takes to live as a society. We learn how to respect one and another. We have the rule of law. We have individual sovereignty. And we're working to get to that point, you know. And you know, it's like when I look at this whole baby formula situation, first, you know, it's not food, okay? We should go back to the old way of doing things. You know, I think that if you are a mom, you should breastfeed it, okay? And if you're not able to do that, there are healthy methods, natural methods out there, rather than all of these chemicals, bad ingredients that are being put in the food. Wisdom. The other thing that I want to mention is that, you know, isn't it ironic that we have everything you know, the society that we build, people have extra time, but they have to spend money to go to the gym. I mean, if you live in a poor country, like, you know, people have to work for their food and they naturally stay in shape. It's kind of like, I feel like a lot of the things that's happening right now, we kind of have to go through our own way of living. And yes, you know, we can have technology, we can go back to the old way of life and everything. We can do it. We need good policies. We need good people that are, you know, that's gonna step up to the plate and you know, and run. Because like right now, I feel like with politics, it's like you know, it amazes me what's happening in America. We know that, you know, there are people that are destroying the country, and somehow we are not doing anything about it. And it's within the government. It's pretty obvious at this point, the current administration, you know, it doesn't make sense why we are giving 40 billion to Ukraine. There's no reason why we went to war with the Middle East, you know, and with the 9/11. Like, nobody's being held accountable. And the thing is, you know, with, like I mentioned before, the 2,000 mules where the election was rigged, or at least based on that documentary. And now, you know, it's fascinating, but in my opinion, I think everything is being lifted, and we are seeing the truth for the first time. And you know, hopefully, it's not too late to turn America around. But I do feel that, you know, that it's gonna get better. So I guess the message, my friend, with, like, you know, the food, like with I got a burp.
I know I'm beautiful. Don't hate me.
Like, are we going to go into apocalyptic mode where everyone's gonna be zombie? We all gonna go out, kill each other, and it is what it is? Or everything that's happening right now is for us to understand and set up a new society, you know, to move forward. It wouldn't make sense to me that, you know, that we just, like, our species just kind of end right here, right? The next, you know, make a video. Let me know what you think of the current situation. Like, you know, are babies being targeted? Why are they being targeted? And you know, on the physical level and the spiritual level, use the hashtag Gazillionaires Club, and we'll get this conversation going. I'm going to finish my Frappuccino, and then I will see you in the next video, my friend. I was going to mention what the next video is about, and then like that, you know, it just went through my mind like that. So much love. I will see you in the next video. Ta-da.